And if that's not enough for you, one, I don't know if we can be friends.
Nate, it's February. It is the month for lovers. We are past the shortest day of the year, and we are going to celebrate that with one of the most violent zombie-riddled franchises known to video games, because this month we're getting Resident Evil Requiem cum Resident Evil 9, right?
Yeah, Resident Evil 9 Requiem.
Yeah. What is Resident Evil? If somebody has lived under a rock and doesn't know who Mila Jovovich is, what is it and why is it popular?
Resident Evil is the granddaddy of survival horror in video games. Now, I know some people will sit there and go, what about Alone in the Dark? What about Sweet Home? I'll have you know, Capcom's marketing team coined the term survival horror for Resident Evil. So yes, it is the first survival horror game.
That was really like in the cabinet battles in Hamilton, you just came out and were like, here's my receipts, here's the money. Proof. You're ready to go on Housewives is what I'm saying.
Ooh.
Would watch. 12 out of 10. Video game house men starring.
I'll be a Resident Evil house husband happily.
What has led, or like, why is Resident Evil so popular? Besides being the first, what is it that keeps gamers coming back?
Resident Evil is a unique blend of horror, action, puzzle solving, and dubiously corny B-movie writing that very few other games can hope to achieve. It scratches so many parts of your brain simultaneously that it's a little bit of something for everyone. And it's also the best while they do it.
I will say, as somebody who is afraid of everything zombies and saw about half of the first Resident Evil movie and then got too scared to ever revisit it, I've never played these games, but I do know some of the dialogue stems because I've heard them on podcasts or on other YouTube channels or just other friends that I know. So I'm actually super glad that you shouted out the dialogue, because to me, other than the zombie dogs, that is the most iconic part, is the quality A+ dialogue, especially in the early games.
Where's everyone going? Bingo.
Yes, the bingo bango bong, like the way that stim has become a thing is so funny to me.
No, my friends and I still regularly say nighty night nights.
Okay, that's your new sign off. Now you don't get a choice in it. We know that you're excited about it and that you said that we were going to talk about it this month. How does everybody at large feel about it? Are people excited about this? Is there a cautious optimism? Is it like all of the GT crowd where they're like, just please give us anything. We're desperate for more, because it's been so long.
So the vast majority of people are very excited. I think most people say that this game is going to be great. There are a few people who
are they wrong?
They kind of wish that it was still 1998, and they kind of sit in their rocking chair going, Resident Evil was better back when they had fixed camera angles. But you know, I respect your opinion. You're wrong,
Yeah.
But the game's going to be great, and everyone is losing their mind for it.
What do you specifically need for this game to be enjoyable?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to love it either way. But if there was something,
I love a Mark who knows he's a Mark. I really do.
I'm a shameless homer. I know what I'm about. But if I have one thing that I could wish for,
yeah,
it's that I want this game to serve as a passing of the torch. Resident Evil games tend to take place in the year in which they come out.
Mm-hmm.
And so our lovable protagonists who were in their early 20s and the late 90s are in their late 40s, early 50s now.
Yeah.
And
we love a Gen X or an old Gen X.
And so I please don't kill off Leon. I would cry. I still want them around. I still want to see them in Resident Evil. However, I want to avoid a bit of no one get mad at me. I want to avoid a bit of an Indiana Jones situation.
I thought you were going to say Last of Us, Harrison.
Oh, no.
Pedro.
I don't want to sit there going, why is Leon Kennedy 80 years old and still fighting zombies? So I want them to go out on top.
Cool.
And so let this be the passing of the torch to the next generation. Introduce a new cast for us to fall in love with. That's what I want to see.
I love that. That is nowhere near what I was expecting you to say, and is honestly kind of beautiful and moving. That you were like, I just want to see the story progress. You were like, I don't care about the specs. I don't care about who we're fighting. I would just like to see like a reasonable continuation of this narrative.
Yeah, like I said, everything. I'm gonna love everything about it. So if I get to be a little greedy, let's set up the next games well as well.
Fantastic. Okay, so is there anything else that, if this is the first time people are hearing about Resident Evil Requiem and they're like so excited, is there anything else that they need to know before we wrap up?
I think a lot of people, when you start getting video games with numbers that they're a little crooked, they start to get a little concerned and wonder, do I have to play all of them first? No, you don't. And if you did want to play a couple before Requiem comes out, personally, I would recommend Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4, just so you can understand who our boy Leon Kennedy is and why everyone loves him.
Also, once you know what he looks like, you will be shocked at all the ReedPop events that you go to, how many people are cosplaying as this character, but just kind of look like they're wearing a bomber jacket because it might be cold in Chicago, for example. It's like right on the line of like casual cosplay.
Every time I see the Resident Evil 4 Leon jacket, I go, I should buy that jacket.
Well, I know what you're getting in the Secret Santa next year. The end of this year in December. Nate, you've recommended, of course, a bunch of games today, but do you have a Nate's pick of the day that perhaps doesn't have zombies in it?
I do. So Nate's pick of the day is Skate Story.
Skate Story.
Yes, it is a recently released indie game in which, hear me out, you play as a crystallized demon who has to skate through the 9 circles of hell on a journey to consume the moon so that the devil will free you.
1, great pitch. 2, great artwork. This looks sick.
Yeah,
Every time you recommend something and I Google it, I wind up checking it out. How dare you?
Yeah, and if that's not enough for you, 1, I don't know if we can be friends. But 2, as Ashley said, it is beautiful. Yeah. The soundtrack is by the band Blood Culture, and it is fantastic. And at only $20, let's be honest, it's a better purchase than door dashing for a third time this week when you said that you were going to eat better this year.
Hey, some of us are dedicated to our home vegetable delivery box. Nate, where can people come and tell you about their resolutions that they've broken all over the internet?
You can find me in the streets.
and if you don't have a skateboard and are not willing to duel for the moon, don't approach Nate at all, frankly. No. Thank you for joining us and explaining everything to me about Resident Evil, because I'm petrified of it and I can't wait to talk to you next month.
Thank you for having me.